Hey, yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the All Pro JAFFOs, where we bring you the highly elevated sports talk for the highly elevated sports fan. I'm your host, JP. Alongside me, as always, the 6'10 beast from the Southeast, Mr. Country K.
Konnichiwa, people.
And we apologize for the, I don't want to say delay. It wasn't really a delay, but time off, we'll say. Uh, Thursday night came around and some shit happened at work that caused me to have to go get tested for COVID. Thursday night was all negative, but then as it was coming towards showtime, spiked the fever of about 101, almost 102. So kind of told the guys, hey, not really up for it. Let's move it till Monday. Uh So we were going to do it Monday. Then came Friday, ended up testing positive for COVID. Monday was feeling like absolute shit. But regardless of how I felt, I knew today, at least on a Wednesday, because tomorrow is the first game of the season for the San Jose State Spartans that we will be covering this year. And that game is tomorrow at 7:30. Now it's still pending on whether or not I will be able to get down there because I have to test negative before I get down there, which is understandable and fair. Um so I'll find out tomorrow morning whether or not I will be there, but if not that, at least Kay will be there, being able to get some coverage and some good footage and stuff to be able to showcase for you guys um for Thursday night's game against Portland State. Um, let's see, what else did we? Well,
You might well
we
pop
had
the
Corey
champagne
Hammond on.
bottles right now.
Oh, uh-oh. Why? What happened?
Sounds like State gonna win Thursday.
Oh yeah. No, we know that. I'm just saying. It'll be nice to have first game of the season coming out with a win, especially on Thursday, the first day of or the first game of the year, essentially of week one. So when we're gonna have Corey Hammond on again a little later on in the show to talk about some college football and a little bit of some A7FL stuff. He's got an update for you guys on what team he is going to be joining this coming year for the A7FL. Um, but when we brought him on last and talked college football, um, we forgot about week 0. Now, we talked all about week 1, which is about to be coming up as of Thursday and you know, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I think there's a game on Sunday too, if I'm not mistaken. Um, we pretty much talked about all of the matchups and everything that we had already. So last week was all week 0. This week now is week 1 of the college football season. Um, it is going to be very interesting. There's a lot of things that obviously you need to keep your eyes out on, especially San Jose State. I feel like they're going to be surprising a whole lot of people this year, especially from what we've seen. Um, and I'm actually kind of excited to see him, even if I'm not going to be there on Thursday, I'll be watching them on TV and, at least supporting them from here. Um, but Kay, going into San Jose State, what's
Mhm.
the one thing that you're looking forward to from what we've seen in practices and all that other stuff before? What's one thing that you're hoping to see week 1 for the Spartans?
All right, so you got to help me with names because I don't know names that well. I do
Me of all
know.
people.
Yeah. Now I'm terrible with names. I just call everybody bro. You ain't recognize that yet?
Yeah, I mean,
Even Cade, I call Cade bro. So until I remember his name after the altercation. So now I remember his name.
Oh man.
But yeah, that's why I feel like the quarterback, what's my man name?
Siobhan Cordero.
There we go. I feel like he's gonna have a really good game. I thought you was gonna do the other one, the one your wife loves.
Oh,
Oh, don't be like that. If I had a rock, I'll bust your head, bitch.
I thought you was gonna do that one because that would have been perfect. But anyway, no, I think he's gonna have a really good showing. First game in the new location. He's gonna have a really good game, and I think the running back too. What's my man's name? You're
Kyrie Robinson.
There you go, Kyrie Robinson. Yeah, I think he's gonna have a solid game, especially with we saw in practice. That man was killing. Like I said, hey, my man shook. He shook two people and stiffed another one. I'll never forget that play. And, hey, my man hit him with something vicious. I'm talking about something vicioso. You know what I'm talking about? So he definitely went there.
Yeah, no, the running game, especially with Coach Zoe there at the helm running that room, I have no doubt in my mind that Kyrie and the rest of them boys over there, Scooty, I want to see him. I like seeing him in the punt return, kick return game. I think he's
Okay.
probably their best returner,
Okay.
out of that running back room.
Hey, before we move forward, I got to shout out. Hey, shout out my boy Peyton Hayden, Haddon. I'm sorry, damn, fuck my boy name up. Goddamn, Peyton Haddon. He went crazy. He went crazy last week in high school football. I wish I had my boy team name, but y'all just look him up. Y'all will find him. He in the Salinas area. The man went for 5 tutties and 179. The man went crazy. Shout him out. Please show your love for Peyton, man. Peyton Haddon, man. Y'all go check my man out.
179 and 5 touchdowns?
5 tutty balls, man.
5 tutty balls. That type of performance brings defenses
Emotional, damn it.
I'm really playing with this fucking soundboard today. I want to get more out of it as we can. I'm going to add more and more to it as we go on.
Hey, man, do your thing. It's definitely working.
Hey.
You'll definitely pick the right ones because you catching right ones, and then
it's all about timing.
It's all about timing, and your timing is solid.
Well, I just got to make sure I have enough sounds for the right things at the right time.
Selection.
Yep. I only got a selection of about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5, but one of them is mainly reserved for one person, and we know who that is.
Thank you, rest in shit.
Hey, shout out my boy. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Hey, look, shout out my boy. Shout out my boy Baker, man. Baker Mayfield, dog. I don't care. Yeah, shout him out. Shout out my dog, man. I don't care about none of this hatred. I want you to feel dangerous as fuck if y'all play the Niners. Please feel dangerous as a motherfucking beat their ass because I need everybody in America to see what I've saw. See what I saw when he choked the first time. I watched 8 Mile in the 2000s. I watched it. We saw that, and we saw the NFL version. The man he got a great name because of his father. He's like Luke Walton. You know what I'm saying? He's just like Luke Walton, and Luke's a head coach. So here's the thing. The man that's the head coach for the doggone San Francisco 49ers, the man went there. I don't care. I'm going to beat the dead horse. The man went to the Super Bowl and was up. He was up double digits. I'm talking about twice. He went to the Super Bowl 2 separate times for 2 separate teams and was up double digits 2 separate times and lost them both. Butted ass. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I don't care what nobody talking about. This ain't got no shot to do with the actual team he's a part of right now. I'm saying the coach as an individual is ass. And I promise you, I got no problem telling you who could replace this man and actually give y'all some damn W's. But whatever.
Who?
Their doggone offensive coordinator for the doggone Kansas City Chiefs. He could come in right motherfucking now and turn y'all whole organization. Y'all boys are damn to be undefeated.
Eric Bieniemy?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I actually wouldn't be mad at that.
That'd be a perfect fucking fit for y'all offense.
I wouldn't be mad at that at all.
And these so-called good receivers y'all got will actually have to prove some shit.
I mean, yeah, but the quarterback work, he would actually be able to improve Trey to be, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
You made me think about it.
Yes, sir. That's what I like to do. Hey, man, people still don't understand. I'm good in film. I'm good in film.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy G is still a 49er.
Called it.
It frustrates me to no end.
Called it.
Absolutely no end. That shit frustrates me. Like, why?
Because Trey sucks.
He's the most expensive backup in the league.
He restructured his contract.
He's still the most expensive backup in the league.
Y'all got $18.5 million free cap space.
Well, what are we going to do with it?
Well, knowing the 49ers is not a goddamn thing productive, but at the same exact time, can't blame Jimmy about that money no more. And at the same time, on top of that, I'm pretty sure Jimmy gonna take over at some point by this year over with.
I feel like it too.
He should have started. Like I said, they need to sit Trey all of them years. Let Jimmy keep playing. So when y'all actually have a time and he can take over, y'all get a chance to actually have picks again. If he don't do that well, y'all can get an early first round pick and build on that shit. But whatever the fuck. I personally would have gotten there and just kept going through the bullshit because Trey would have been sorry and y'all would have had good picks for another team.
Well, that's the thing. They felt the pressure of having to have Trey Lance be a star. Like, this is his team now. There was all that pressure because of, again, we've talked about it countless times. Giving up that much for him, there is that expectation that he needs to either be a day one starter or a year two starter. And they had no room, especially, and then on top of that, like you said, if they would have traded him in the middle of the year, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But because he went through the whole year, they didn't trade him, they didn't do anything. Got lucky throughout the playoff run, getting to the NFC Championship game.
Oh, you mean last season? Oh
yeah,
yeah,
and then now when we're thinking, okay, we got to the NFC Championship with Jimmy G, not because of him, with him, this will be able to get the stock up for us to get good draft picks for Jimmy. Well, had to get surgery. Then people really started looking at the tape. And then they started realizing something I've been talking about for a fucking long ass time now, probably 3 years on this show. He is the epitome of a game manager, and not a very great one at that. He's not going to make you clutch throws at any point in time.
Yeah, I don't have receivers.
He has a couple of flash in the pan games here and there. But if you're relying on Jimmy to get you the win, it ain't going to happen. It's been proven time and time and time again.
Man, that's so unfair. That's why I swear that's unfair.
I'm just saying, look, now you call it, fucking head coach not putting it in the right position or whatever.
No.
Fine, whatever. But the fact is, you still need to make the play. There was no reason for you to overthrow Emmanuel Sanders for that touchdown in the fucking Super Bowl. That's all on him. That had nothing to do with the play call. Emmanuel Sanders had the man beat. That could have been a touchdown. We would have been celebrating the Super Bowl.
Y'all were up
Patrick
10
Mahomes
prior to
would
that,
be
Josh.
0-2.
Y'all were up 10 prior to that play. I can't blame Jimmy for that shit.
Weren't. No, we weren't. We were not up 10 prior to that play. We were behind at that point. That was our last possession. and he overthrew Emmanuel Sanders.
I'm not saying that.
And
That's to end the game.
Chiefs, and then
So,
the
yes.
Chiefs took over, and then Clyde Edwards-Helaire, or not even Clyde Edwards-Helaire, whoever the fucking running back, whoever it was at that point for him, ran for a touchdown. Because
No,
the defense was already shot.
I'm not saying right before that play. I'm saying way earlier than that. Y'all were up 10. Y'all were up 10.
Okay, yeah, we went away from the run game. The thing that they had said, oh, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, it wasn't fucking broken during that game. It was obviously working. We were averaging over 6 yards of fucking carry, so there's the coaching mistake. Now we're behind. Okay, yep, now we're behind. Now we need you to make a play. What could he not do? He couldn't make the play. He couldn't make the clutch play to make up for the crap that he was put in. Okay,
So that's
Joe
not
Montana
fair to say
would have fucking
that's
had
not
ice in his
fair
veins.
to say he's.
Tom Brady would have had ice in his veins.
Yeah, but
they
Tom
wouldn't
Brady
give a fuck about what had
Tom
happened.
Brady also has a respect of his offensive coordinator and his coaches to understand the situation. If Jimmy doesn't have that respect from his coaches and they're gonna ultimately fucking call the plays they call, that's on the fucking coaches to put them in that shit situation. It's like, all right, cool. Let's be real. Emmanuel Sanders, right? He did get overthrown. Jimmy overthrew that ball. So I'm not disagreeing with that. I agree with you 1,000% that ball was overthrown. But my whole problem is, yes, Jimmy had to dig them out of a hole that Kyle put them in. It's not fair to Jimmy to say he's terrible because that's not his decision. You get what I'm saying? It's like he overthrew one pass, but if he overthrow that pass when y'all up 10, does anybody say anything? Fuck no. Like, you really should just play
because the running game was effective. Again,
exactly. So if your quarterback's arm's not warm and he's not really throwing, and then when he actually gets the time to throw, he overthrows somebody. Like, come on, dog. Like, he ain't been throwing the whole game.
Is Jimmy G a terrible quarterback? No, he's not. Like, he's not terrible.
He's the best quarterback y'all had since the 90s.
And that's not really saying much, to be completely honest with you.
That's saying a lot. Because y'all went to the Super Bowl in 2012.
I feel like Alex Smith, when Harbaugh got there, was better than what Jimmy's been.
I think that was Harbaugh.
Personally. Whether it was Harbaugh or what, because Harbaugh was actually a quarterback coach.
And he wasn't going to do no dumbass shit like be up 10 and start throwing the fucking ball.
So there's that.
And that's what I'm saying about the whole coaching thing. So I agree he should have got traded mid-year, but I don't agree with the fact that he should have been traded in 21. I think he should have been traded right after in 20.
Hold on now. Although Harbaugh made the same mistake Shanahan did in the Super Bowl against the Ravens. Frank Gore was torching the fucking Baltimore Ravens. And you took it out of his hands.
Different defense. That's a different defense, bro. That's a different defense. You got Ray Lewis and Suggs and Haloti Ngata on his last fucking leg. Like, bro, that's a whole different defense they was going against.
So why not take advantage of that?
It was the Kansas City Chiefs. They are passing defense. Like, you got Chris Jones and shit in the middle, but like, come on, man, that ain't Haloti Ngata and Ray Lewis.
So why don't you take advantage of that? They didn't. They wanted to throw the ball against the defense with Ed Reed and everybody back there who was actually legit. I mean, and then our defense started fucking off in the beginning.
You had to pick your poison. What was your best chance? And the air was their best chance. You just got to kind of don't throw it Ed Reed's way.
No, on the ground was our best chance of winning that game. And it was
against Ray Lewis and
man,
shit. No.
Go back and watch the film.
I know Ray was on his last leg. He was on his last leg. So I don't think he was doing the same move. But
they won the Super Bowl and he retired. That's how on his last legs he was.
I agree.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Frank Gore was on a fucking
Frank was going
mission.
crazy. Frank was going crazy. You're right. I'm sorry. Yeah. They probably should have just ran the ball, but I don't know, bro. I think, honestly, I seriously think that whole fucking delay shit really fucked y'all.
That like I was actually.
Oh no, you're right.
The fucking Ravens had all the momentum in the world.
They were up like what 20
after that.
It was like 20-something to 0, right? They was beating y'all ass.
Yeah, they were beating our ass, and then the lights went out, and then the momentum kind of died, and it gave us a chance to come back. I remember that specifically.
That's
Everybody
right.
knows the
It
lights
was
out
the
game. That's
old
where the
heads versus
turnaround
the
happened.
young motherfuckers, and y'all had sprinkles of old motherfuckers, but most of y'all team was young. That's
We
right.
still had Patrick Willis and fucking
Navarro Bowman.
Navarro Bowman at the height of their fucking
We had
powers. We had the
Whitner.
Cowboy Justin Smith. We had Alden Smith before the trouble. You know,
You had Deontay Whitner.
Deontay Whitner, not just god damn it, Deshaun Goldson.
Deshaun Golson.
Goldson and fucking Whitner back there were a problem, bro.
I'm about to
Nobody
say the
wanted
wrong
to
name.
go up against those dudes. They were sledgehammering fucking everybody.
Yeah, all were nice.
That's what
Y'all
I'm
was
saying.
nice
Like
for
that
sure.
defense was disgusting, and we
Yeah,
couldn't
y'all
pull
was
it.
nice.
And fucking, I think Frank Gore, that was the best he had ever been, because he was
Man.
just running over. He was literally the inconvenient truth that year.
But the problem I'm saying though is like that shit hit Crabtree hands.
I mean, it just what I'm like. We once again had a coaching faux pas
I don't know
that
about that one.
turned into just.
I
There
mean,
was no reason why we should have been in that situation. We went away from the original game plan, and it fucked us over. The original, we went away from both times in the Super Bowl against the Ravens and the Chiefs. We went against the game plan, the original game plan, what was working the entire time, and we lost the game because of it.
oh, I ain't gonna say entire. That's second half for sure, but I'll say this. Y'all were in a better
Against
position
the
in
Ravens, the
2012.
second half, yeah, obviously, but I'm saying the whole game against the Chiefs,
The Chiefs
our
shit.
defense was making the
That's y'all
Chiefs look
fault.
pedestrian.
That's y'all coach's fault, man. I promise you.
That's
That's
what
why
I'm
I
telling you.
can't blame. That's why I said I would have traded Jimmy in 2020, right after the Super Bowl in 2020 season. I would have traded Jimmy then when he still had good stock. Y'all missed y'all boat then, not 2021. Ain't nobody won his ass in 2021 because of what happened in 2020. Like that's pretty much what
would we
happened to
have
Jimmy.
been in contention to get? Like if we right
Who?
after the
Jimmy? Talking about after the Super
Super
Bowl.
Bowl,
Bro,
right
I
after the
told
Super Bowl against the Chiefs,
right.
who came out that year?
Bro, it didn't fucking matter. Like, y'all really needed them picks. So you got to look at who the fuck the damn Jets pick, because that's who y'all could. That's really who y'all should have traded: the Jets or the fucking Giants. Those are the two teams I said y'all should have sent his ass to New York. I told y'all that then. Well, I told you for sure on the show. Y'all to traded him to the Giants. Y'all could have got fucking Zach Wilson. Y'all could have got, because that's who they got. Y'all could have got Zach Wilson. Don't shake your head. Zach Wilson, solid. If you give him the right, if y'all put that O-line the Niners got behind in front of Zach Wilson, bro, Zach Wilson will do some shit because he was solid at BYU. Don't get it twisted. Buddy was solid at BYU.
The fuck did he play at BYU?
Man, it don't matter. He wasn't out there doing some Jameis Winston throwing 30 pick shit.
I mean, not
And
everybody can go 30 for 30.
He went in the top 5 in the damn NFL draft, so he was slinging that motherfucker good enough to get there. So shit, it didn't matter about who his competition was. Shit, he was throwing that bitch, and he played Utah. So Utah nice. So what you talking about?
That's one fucking team.
Hey, bro, hey, look, I had nothing. And I remember. They right.
He played Utah. They're nice. We talked about them last time.
I didn't fucking remember, but hey, no, y'all could have got Zach Wilson. That'd have been a good pick up for y'all. Zach Wilson over Trey Lance. You'd have still had all 3 of y'all picks, bro. I'm telling you.
I'm fucking telling you, I wanted Fields. I still want watch this year, week one. Watch what happens.
They finna get their ass whooped. That's the only thing that happened. He's finna run for his life, and he finna lose horrendously. It's finna be disgusting. The Bears finna have one of them years where it's like, damn, they the Dolphins now? That's what's about to happen. I'm telling you, they're finna get in the world.
They just picked up that lineman that nobody wanted that the Raiders picked up last year. Was that Alex Leatherwood?
They picked up Leatherwood. That's what's up. It's finna be a cold winter in Chicago. It's gonna be a cold winter in Chicago. This shit didn't move the needle at all for me. Damn it. That did not move the needle at all for me. at all.
That's cool. It's gonna be a cold winter. Oh shit. That's hella funny. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys already know this episode brought to you by Raise Energy, the best energy drink in the entire planet. We've got a lot of things coming up for them. They've got a championship series can coming out very shortly for the back-to-back wins in the Clash of the Cans Championships. Use the promo code right here. See that right there? Alpha Raise. Go to repsports.com, reppsports.com. Once again, use the promo code Alpha Raise for 15% off of your order. Demand more. Join the Raise Rebellion. We appreciate them for being with us since absolutely day one. Now, got to bring in the guy. He's got some news for us of what's going on this year for him in the A7FL, and he's also got some maybe repeat points to talk about for the week one fuck up that we had last week. Ladies and gentlemen of the Jaffo Army, please welcome back our Jaffo college football correspondent, Corey Hammond. What's up, Corey?
Well, let's just address the elephant in the room, and by elephant, I don't mean the Tufts University pachyderms. Jaffo Army, as you are highly elevated, I apologize sincerely for how early and premature I might have been on my college football takes. I was so excited that I didn't even justify the dates. So we talked a lot last week. We will talk more this week, but let's just be honest. As in my A7FL career, I am not the image or the standard of perfection. There's a lot of room to grow. And you already know, which you guys may not know what that means, but we'll get into it in a couple seconds.
Yeah. And so again, I mean, it's not just you. I had done the same thing thinking about it. I look back going, these are not the games that we had talked about.
Yeah,
What my
I
whole
Thursday night. So I coach my youth football team, the Woodbridge Golden Saints. My son is 13, 8th grade team, and then my other 7-year-old, he plays on the 3rd and 4th grade team. So when we get home from practice, it's on 9 Eastern time. So that's 7 o'clock kick for the Thursday West Virginia Pitt. I'm scrambling, looking at all the apps because I'm like, it's not on ESPN. Where could this game be? And I'm frantically searching for this thing, almost literally panicking because I need to know how many touchdown passes Keaton Slovis has already thrown, because I said that Pitt was going to be pretty good because they got the USC transfer.
well,
And when I take a second to think about it, it's not September 1st because I didn't have to pay my house bill, which comes due the September 1st. And I said to myself, wow, Corey Hammond, you are an idiot. So Jaffo Army, thanks for giving me that preseason blunder. But we're gonna be in regular season form before you give up on me, at least. I was gonna say before you know it, but you might know it. Hopefully you don't
trust
give up
me,
on me.
Corey. We've had plenty of times on this show where we have said something either really late or extremely early. Again, we're all sitting here doing the same thing. It really doesn't even matter. We're all chilling, having a good time. So that
We're all chilling, having a good time. That's the most important thing. And the Army knows. The Army knows better. And the more that we mess up, the more they can feel, intellectual themselves by knowing more than the guys, the talking heads, and the hidden face of Country K somehow looking like the baby that Tom Brady's about to have or something. What's that picture? Look, like you're right in the womb right there. Get out of the womb.
Hey, just two goats here chilling.
can't right now.
Oh, don't be like that. If I had a rock, I'll bust your head, bitch.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I said when I left the Renegades. That's actually live footage. I'm waiting for Samuel L. to be staring motherfuckerly at me. When
it's coming.
University of Miami in later weeks. I think they're going to be okay against Bethune-Cookman, but we'll see how the ACC shakes out.
Oh
There
yeah,
There it is. Yep.
we definitely finna beat BCC ass. Oh yeah, they're BCU now, but fuck it.
Yeah, let me just
I
say.
don't even know what team they are.
Bethune-Cookman is HBCU in Daytona.
Oh, okay.
So for all of the hopes that Miami fans Patterson U fans, because it's the same jersey from the A7FL, just to get a little crossover. But my guy Country K deserves a good. I'm not going to say a national championship or anything like that, but let's get some progress. Mario Cristobal coming over from Oregon. Let's see some offense in this ACC. Let's develop a potentially really good quarterback, and let's give Clemson a good game. Let's give Florida State a loss, and Miami might be in the right direction. But we've been saying that for, I feel like, 20 years now.
We're waiting on the U part 3 that doesn't seem to be coming.
Happy
So
Festivus,
I'll ask
everyone.
Country K this: do you think that the University of Miami could ever reach that peak again?
Yes. I think what they're doing right now, Camp Paradise, is like drawing attention. It's just taking a little longer. So, the offseason, they have all the Miami alum, like Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, and all those boys, Irvin, all of them. They go down there and they work with like the recruits and the guys that's there, and stuff like that. Like they, try to get them, the feel of what it is to be at the University of Miami. And I think that's like growing, and hopefully Cristobal come in and like, bring us back to what Coach Coker was doing, like in the 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Like that, I feel like that would have been solid.
Was that Coach Coker, or was he
I
just
think it was
there
Coker.
with probably maybe the best recruited, group of athletes, once the Butch Davis guys were out, and Coker kind of like rode the coattails there for a while. But let me just say this. I think when we talk in general about teams like Miami, Jay over there, you're a Texas guy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You guys are in California, USC, Notre Dame, those name brands of college football that have had those dynasties.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about those fans, you two included, right? Do they have the patience for the consistency to build it a program, a culture, all of those crazy things that coaches with tenure have and get to build? You think about Dabo Swinney, Nick Saban's probably one of the greatest coaches in any sport of all time, so he's an outlier. But you think of Dabo Swinney, he was at Clemson for a lot of years before they started actually being the Clemson we know now. Clemsoning used to be, what we now know as the Atlanta Falcons. That just shifted from South Carolina to Atlanta, Georgia.
Went right over the bridge.
So my, Clemson, no dynasty there before Dabo Swinney. Nobody's firing him after a 1-7-6 season where he's rebuilding, right?
Well, I think the reason for that, though, is because when you talk about like Miami, Alabama, USC, Texas, all of these big name schools, the reason why the fan base doesn't necessarily have that patience of, oh, we got to wait to rebuild the culture and stuff, is because these brands have been big and successful for so long that the culture is already pretty much rooted into the university. When you go there, this is what we expect for you to do for this club.
Well, how's
and the same for the coaches. We have the same expectation for the coaches when they come in. Hey, we expect to win. We expect to be at the top of the rankings. And if you can't do that, hey, that's why those never-ending carousels of coaches keep coming into these places, because we need to win now.
How's the culture that Pete Carroll built in these USC dynasties doing? Because I think that culture was built on a lot of green folded bills.
That's exactly why the school folded, is because of reasons like that.
Right. And then so the expectation from the fan is, all right, give us the Pete Carroll USC dynasty. California is a hotbed for recruits. USC has all of the draws. You have now those contracts that you can sign to your players for, the personal licensing. What's keeping it there? The thing about football at every level is consistency in the trenches and consistency in management are reasons why you're talking about Zach Wilson, guys, before I got on. Guess why there's almost 100% chance that he's a bust in the NFL. It's because the organization that he plays for is absolutely set up to fail him at every level of need for a 20-something-year-old quarterback that has all the talent in the world, has an electric arm, is one of the best quarterbacks that came out of the draft from the West Coast, was a turnover machine at times, had the one really great year, and probably needed a couple, maybe one extra year at college and seasoning. Let me think. Does that sound like another guy that the Jets drafted in this, the last 6 years? Yeah. Actually, it's probably 4 years, and the guy's name is Sam Darnold.
Yeah. Yep.
And the Jets thought new GM, new coach, new quarterback, new narrative. Well, guess what? When the Jets are the Jets, and they in their, let me just explain this to you. When an organization is so inept that on the day they cut a player, they tweet how good their third string walk on Canadian
the undrafted free agent
Chris Strevelier or however you pronounce it, when the Jets Twitter announces how he's been cut from the squad, and in the next minute celebrates how awesome he was in the win over the Giants. And you can't even get your social media to tweet out competing tweets. Imagine getting into a quarterback room and trying to explain the complexities of an NFL offense to a Mormon kid that went to BYU and is banging his friend's mom. Imagine that, guys. Imagine that. Say what? So that's my college football take is Zach Wilson. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. I almost forgot about that for a quick second.
So how does that translate? How does that translate to the hypothetical conversation we're talking about? We're talking about universities that had success decades ago. When was the last time Texas was a national championship contender? Mid-2000s?
Vince Young.
Ooh, 17 years ago.
Okay, now they've had a lot of very good teams since then. They've had a lot of hype around.
They had a national title against Alabama when Colt McCoy was there, but
he
got hurt.
And then his shoulder got separated, and then Colt McCoy had to play on the Redskins for all teams, and they were still the Redskins at that point. But the Washington football team, those terrible people.
Yeah, no, he didn't really have a great time after that. But yeah, after that point, Texas kind of fell off.
All right, and did they though? Because Texas is usually relatively close to the top 25, whether they're in it, whether they're on the border of it, whether it's their reputation. They play in a Big Six conference. They usually compete for their division. And if their name was Texas Tech, the seasons since Vince Young, if Texas Tech had those same seasons, we might be having like one of those all-time tenure coaches. Think of I'm a college football analyst, and I'm blanking who the forever Iowa coach was for what's his name? Kirk Ferentz. Like think of that guy. If Kirk Ferentz was Ohio State's coach, fired after 4 years. But he's an all-time great coach because he's in Iowa, and he takes a team that gets 3-star recruits and competes for a conference title every 6 or 7 years. That's what a good coach is. An elite coach is Nick Saban, and those guys, only leave the Miami Dolphins once every 25 years. Nick Saban was one of my favorite pro coaches. Actually, that's a great story to talk about. But
wasn't he only a coach for like a year or two?
I think less, and I think worse was Bobby Petrino. Right, worse was Bobby Petrino. But the Nick Saban thing was Drew Brees was about to go to Miami, and one way or the other, when it was Dante Culpepper, either Nick Saban was out before that or right after that, and Alabama has been happier ever since. But
for LSU was pissed. Of all teams, they're probably just as pissed as anybody else.
That's one of those other places. They just had a guy. Now, no one could understand what he was talking about, Coach O. I love me some Costa Rica. Exactly. I mean, that is about as eloquent a sentence as a guy trying to come at me on Twitter, Ike Johnson, a fill-in guy for the A7FL, got fired after his only appearance because he could barely say more than 6 sentences together at a time.
Shit.
Matt and Rob told me to stop tweeting at him.
I saw that earlier today. I'm like, I gotta talk to him about that because
he was like, Matt Ryan goes, yo, don't tweet back at him. You have a job and he doesn't. And I was like, that is technically true, so I'm gonna stop. But you guys know me. I did press send. I had to delete after. I'm one of those guys. But I am a Twitter bot, so it just kind of goes unnoticed most of the time. I think I only have like 20 followers. But I'm glad you guys follow.
All because he said you guys weren't the official announcers.
He tried to claim that, which doesn't make any sense because guys from the West Coast know that, unfortunately myself, but who was on that Sports Center reaching viral video, Matt Ryan the Great and Rob Fabian, Mr. Damn himself. You guys saw it, right? Damn. So Rob says hi, by the way, and I told him that you guys need to get him on.
Hey.
And then he made fun of me, and then we laughed about it. But
hey, that's a good friendship right there.
Oh yeah, no, I mean it's funny because he actually, when we get off air, he says that you know that I actually respect your game, but on this podcast I have to absolutely trash you because you deserve it. And it's like, yes, I would not have it any other way. Those for me, those roasts weren't even good enough. I wanted more because I then I started going, and there's this guy. There's the I'm not gonna get into the A7FL behind the scenes, but just know that after our most recent podcast dropped, I got a call from this guy, and I was like, man, another guy a little bit upset that I hurt his feelings, but we straightened it out. It's all good.
Corey Hammond here to hurt feelings and possibly win championships.
I don't think I've ever hurt anyone's feelings ever, right? But feelings,
not for lack of trying.
Your feelings. Your feelings. I hurt feelings all the time. With the W, I mean, you can't help people with feelings. People with feelings you can speak to. You can have a conversation with. You can be like, "Oh, I'm joking. Oh, I meant it out of respect." If you got the W, then there's no winning that argument.
Honestly, I call those Phillies. I said they're in their Phillies, and people hate that. Like it. Oh my God, they hate when I say that. Like, man, you got to get out your Phillies.
Can they really say much to you though, Kay?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, they could, but can they?
I mean, yeah, people can say whatever they want to say.
Do they?
It doesn't mean repercussions don't happen.
I mean, there's always a retort to everything. It's the law of energy, man. What you put out will come back.
He's like, hey, I'm not saying I'm going to do it. I'm just saying I'm just here. Whatever you give, I'm going to get. That's it. Oh, man. Now, I wouldn't want to.
Retort's a great word, but when you say retort, I'm a little hungry. It makes me think of dessert. Can I get a chocolate retort with a raspberry drizzle, please? Thank you.
That's actually doable.
I'm sure your wife just looks at you like,
nah, yeah, you see the glare she's giving me right now.
She's giving you the Euro retort. That's what
you hear her in the background?
Yep.
Yeah. Did you guys? I told you guys her roast for me, right? Matt almost died.
The second one,
yeah,
I heard on the podcast,
shot, right? The way Matt did it beautifully. Matt Ryan set it up beautifully. He said, if only Corey Hammond's legs ran as fast as his mouth, then he wouldn't have been cut from every team in the A7FL. That's the shot. Here's the chaser. Corey Hammond needs a chip like his wife needs a maneuver ring. And then he said, oh God. And that's how I felt inside, because it was A, funny, B, hurtful, and C, emotional, damn it. See, I actually on the podcast did that because we don't have the drop. But yes.
I remember hearing the joke going, that the shot wasn't even a shot. The shot was a sip of water compared to the lava that she just dropped down your throat forcibly. Like, oh my God.
And then they were talking about,
Hats off.
because the winner got the jersey, right? And then they were talking about, oh, well, you could just give her a jersey. I was like, she doesn't want that shit.
It's like, yeah, she really wants a Spank Boys jersey. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure she's gonna want to hang that up.
Nobody wants it. And you know what's funny? You said Spank Boys, and they are technically, and I'm not here to correct you, they are technically the team that doesn't exist anymore is the Spank Town Boys. Sorry, I can't.
Non-existent. We can come up with names.
But the fact that you could think that they were called the Spank Boys as a professional team that is on television,
Could
and
be.
guys would suit up for that, including myself. Oh my God. That's how many teams cut me, by the way, guys.
That gray hairs one.
So you want to know
gray...
some breaking news? Oh no, go. Yeah, the gray hair one was the elite one. Yeah, that was good.
All the gray hairs represent the teams that he's been cut from. That was really good.
And if you look at my hair, I mean, there's more teams I've been cut from than have ever existed in the A7FL, which is the truth.
So now that we're, talking about the A7FL, you gave some news on the podcast. You are now back with a team. And who is that team?
Well, let me say that the way that the league is structured, you have the division owners and managers, and then the team managers. One of our team managers in New Jersey is a guy from Rawway. His name is Dion Dawkins. Excuse me, I sounded like so Northeastern Dawkins. Dion Dawkins is a tackle for the Buffalo Bills from Temple University. Is a Pro Bowler, and he is the owner and runner of the Rawway franchise in the A7FL, known as the Snow Tribe. And the reason they're the Snow Tribe is because and this is what I've been told. So I'm not like making a commentary on how great or awesome this is. I think it's awesome, and you'll hear me say it over and over again. But his catchphrase is, "You already snow." So when he has a team, he makes them the Snow Tribe, and it's a snowman because I don't know. I'm not going to go too far away. But Corey Hammond is not the headliner there. If you are an A7FL fan, you may know the name Eddie Pettiot, one of the top receivers in the league. And in 5 games last year, had 9 touchdown receptions, 8 from your boy. With the middle linebacker, Samad Jenkins, who is a all A7FL performer. The president and commissioner of the A7FL, Ryan DePaul, says he's one of his favorite players, and he makes the jump over from the Renegades to the Snow Tribe. And this has not been announced in the A7FL circles, but let's just see how many fans cross over. Have you guys heard the name Mike Liberty in the A7FL? He's a running back for the Hawks.
I feel like the name is familiar. I would just need to see the film again.
He's the Vidal Sassoon hair model running back. And if you don't know that already, then it's fine. No big deal. He is the Snow Tribe edition that's most recent, and we're still going for more. So A7FL fans everywhere, check out the A7FL 3-on-1 podcast. There's a lot more and there's much more fun to be had, and a lot more roasting of Corey Hammond. We just had my guy on from Baltimore yesterday. You guys know anyone from Baltimore?
Through college, I think I had one teammate from Baltimore.
Yeah,
well, for the West Coast guys, and everybody watching at home that isn't necessarily familiar, when they enunciate like the ooh sound, right? So let's say like you, right? Or no, better without the Y. Let's say like we're going to go somewhere, right? There it is. So in regular season Corey Hammond podcast form for A7FL, where I don't have to remember what date it is, which isn't saying that much about me, but anyway. I asked my guy after he made a really great point about one of the quarterbacks down there in Maryland, and his name is Keith Salmons. He has a podcast called RTU, Real Talk University, and when he says it, it's funny. So I asked him this question. I said, "Can you please say this sentence for me? Dudes too few to view." And he just got mad at me. And I was just wondering if he could do that for me to help me out. But then I realized that I might have broken him because I don't think Baltimore guys can actually say that sentence without it like a major mouth function. But anyway.
Yeah.
It's almost a natural speech impediment to do it like that. Like that's fucked up what you did to him. I mean,
So how about those USC transfer quarterbacks, guys?
okay. I was actually going to ask you really quick. It might be a different team, but wasn't there a lot of smack being talked about the Snow Tribe coming out of the Corey Hammond camp?
Let me say this. For being on brand, anything that I do say, I stand behind. And my critiques of the Snow Tribe, if you really pay attention to them, were that they had absolutely zero effort, ability, talent, or even consideration of the quarterback position their entire 2022 season. I eviscerated them up and down every moment I got a chance to say that as a football team, it was like a zombie walking around without a head. And if you don't have a head, whether you're a zombie or not, you're not going to win. They won a couple of games. They felt very confident about themselves. And I brought up the fact multiple times that they lost the game 80-0, which, to be fair, gentlemen, if you go through my career, I've lost games 60, 40, 50-0. 2021, I lost the game 70-21, but
77-0 1 point.
No, that was the California team coming to play the New Jersey team.
No, I was saying in my career, the worst one.
Yeah. And you know what? We've all gone into the locker room, jammed out to some rap song, and I love the meme where we put Jeezy on, I put on For My City, go out, and we put on a 62-12 beatdown where we lost and our whole city goes home crying, right? We've all done it. Except for Country K, you played in Florida for prep schools, and the only team you lost to, was feeding their, I guess, some kind of illicit material to some of their players. We didn't confirm that though, so let's not make any accusations.
Well, Lakeland is a public school first. And
No. I thought you. Oh yeah, you're Lakeland, and they were St. Thomas Aquinas.
St. Thomas Aquinas is private. That's what Major Wright all them boys went. But I played semi-pro out here in California, and my worst ass whooping I received was 72-6.
Ooh.
And I blocked 2 field goals in that game. I blocked 2 field goals in that game, and we got our ass handed to us still.
Right, but that's the most important thing, Country K. When you're getting blown out that bad, throw out the team player thing. When I lost 70-21 to the Baltimore Cobras in the Elite 8 of the A7FL 2021 playoffs,
right, I
reminded everybody that I threw 3 touchdowns that day. Now, technically, if we want to be fair to Baltimore Cobras wide receiver and cornerback Ant Mo, I threw 4 touchdown passes that day. One of them was to the Baltimore Cobras. But that's just because I just love everybody, and I never throw shade or anything but touchdown passes to both squads. Both squads.
Consistency is key.
Yeah, like I said, I always say this: I throw a catchable ball.
Hey, have you ever gotten to the point where you just kind of say, "Fuck it, we'll see how far this goes"? Just close your eyes and heave.
The heave thing works if you can heave it. I max out at about 55 yards, so the chuck it, fuck it rule really applies to quarterbacks. It's a very important skill is anticipation, right? And anticipation is predicated on either throwing through windows in a zone, releasing the ball before pressure gets to you and putting the amount of arc and touch on the ball, things like that. Stupid, corny, scientifically sounding quarterback bullshit like that we just actually do naturally. And I added a 3-syllable name to.
Honestly, Josh, I thought you was gonna say Corey threw further than Baker Mayfield. I thought it was coming, but you didn't say it.
I didn't.
Tua,
Well,
yes, not Baker.
since you said his
Man,
name,
you rest in shit.
every time
Hey,
you
look.
said his name, anytime I hear that fucking name come out of anybody's mouth,
Man, you rest in shit.
that's
Be
it.
glad I don't have a soundboard because I feel dangerous every time you play that shit.
Let me ask this to stay on college football, because my
Right.
point before, let's just throw it in the garbage. Who cares? Baker Mayfield,
Man,
do
you
it.
rest in shit.
What's the specific issues? Because he's kind of a DB in college, and I don't mean defensive back.
No, I get you. I get you. No, we
No,
a female product.
Is it the Bevo, Texas blood runs orange and deep red?
Yes.
Yeah,
The
okay.
fuck it is.
All right, look. Let's be honest. The rivalries in sports nowadays are all gone because of all the the buddy athlete stuff. So let's keep the fans' energy right. And if you're a Texas fan, I think you should probably hate every single Oklahoma Sooner that ever existed. Unless you're
For
a
the most
Cowboy
part.
fan, and then you have to actually root. You had to actually root for Barry Switzer back then.
No. Not a Cowboy fan. Absolutely not.
Massive.
Well, then God has blessed you then, so you don't have to deal with that.
My mom raised me right.
He likes the
What
Niners,
NFL team
though.
do you lean for? The Niners?
Yeah.
It's like going from one garbage pile to another.
Can someone explain to me why Trey Lance has been seen in those sports bra things? Like, what is that?
I don't know what to tell you about what the hell is going on in San Francisco right now, to be honest with you. As soon as they got Jimmy G back, I was just,
Holy shit, almost went
nothing but.
Emotional, damn it.
It's just been a whirlwind of just fuck you to the fans, apparently, is what it seems like to me, or at least
Pretty
the
on point to me.
diehards, because the sheep will follow and say, yay, this is all great. The realists will look at it and go, you don't think he's fucking ready. That's what the real issue is.
I mean, the kid's what? The kid's 22 years old.
Yeah, he's about 21, 22 years old. But the whole point of the whole thing was they gave up so much for him. When you give up that type of, basically give up the house and more, you expect him to be a day one, if at the very worst, a year 2 starter. Usually that's what you expect.
How did that work for the guys that have been forced into circumstances which they weren't prepared, and then had to learn on the job how to do the things that, Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes got whole seasons, multiple seasons for Aaron Rodgers, one of the greatest quarterbacks, some might say, of all time.
Right, but what I'm saying is,
I think the worst thing that's happened to the quarterback position in the last 30 years are the early successes of guys like Russell Wilson, where there were very little expectations, and then an elite guy that doesn't exist outside of a couple of human beings all of a sudden transcends his 3rd-round status and is able to elevate a team around him to the point where, who was that idiot that the Seahawks signed to that stupid contract? Aaron Rodgers backup, Matt, what's his name?
Flynn.
Matt Flynn.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I don't have the picture. Oh, I do got the picture.
So
Matt Flynn and the Mike White.
You know why Justin Herbert was so great for the Chargers?
Because he
got to play football. He got to play football one day with no expectations because the team doctor for the Chargers literally tried to murder the starter. You know what I mean?
Yep.
No pressure. No, hey, Justin Herbert, you're the guy. We gave you, $60 million guaranteed. You better win or we're going to cut you tomorrow. As a 21-year-old kid that looks like he should be on Disney Channel's, High School Musical, the series.
That's a fact.
Right? And then the kid comes in and no expectations, wasn't prepared, just thrown there. Hey, just play football, bro. And he's one of the better quarterbacks in the National Football League right now.
Yeah.
The worst thing to happen to a quarterback is have expectations. Zach Wilson be getting the day one start with absolutely no competition at the quarterback position for him was not a benefit to his career at all. If they could have got Josh McCown again to teach him how to at least, not die for 15 years in the NFL, that would be a better tool that a Jets quarterback can use, whoever it is, Sam Darnold, Zach Wilson. Anyway,
I just think a lot of
quarterbacks that are expected to immediately produce when they come from, where did Trey Lance play? Oh, yeah.
North Dakota State.
Oh, yeah.
Carson Wentz.
He's not ready.
But he played one season.
and a COVID year, which he threw as many interceptions as touchdowns because there was one game. And all of a sudden, he's going to save a franchise?
That's exactly what I'm saying. We didn't need to give up for that much, but we didn't need to give up that much for potential, is what I'm saying.
I mean, the guy was gone anywhere. The guy was gone. The guy was gone by the next opportunity the Niners had. And if you look at that draft class, who did they miss out on?
Fields, Jones.
Okay, so hold on.
Oh, no, you don't say Mac.
At least those two.
Don't you say Mac. You swore you didn't want Mac Jones. Don't do that.
I didn't. No, I still wanted Fields.
You said no to Mac Jones. Why? You said no to Mac Jones. Why? Because Trey Lance had one of those combines in a sports brawl.
To be honest, Trey Lance, the whole point for him having only one season to basically kind of prove his worth, I didn't think it was worth that much for potential.
Okay, but why didn't we like Mac Jones when he came into the draft? The most accomplished, the most polished, and a national championship winning quarterback.
I looked at it in a way of we needed a quarterback that had the ability to be, especially being in the NFC West, where defensive lines are pretty prominent. We needed a quarterback that be able to extend the play with his legs.
How as a quarterback does Matt Stafford play? Is he an extender?
Matt Stafford has been getting smacked still throughout his time there.
That's your job as a quarterback. It's not to extend the play. That's what Lamar Jackson's going to do, and he's going to get a huge contract, and he might even win another MVP. But is Lamar Jackson going to win a Super Bowl?
I think so. I think he could. Absolutely.
And how many years do you think it's going to take Lamar Jackson to win a Super Bowl before his athleticism runs out and he turns into Cam Newton, 32 years old, out of a job because he's washed? No. Cam Newton is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time in his prime.
Real life, and Carolina did him dirty. I agree.
No. When you are a running quarterback, you are a running back, and your shelf life is short, and your football career is gonna end. Ask Randall Cunningham what he had to do to get a second act in the NFL. He had to learn how to throw the ball from the pocket, and he did. And he was one of the greatest. He had one of the greatest quarterback seasons as a Minnesota Viking. So I know this is a college football analysis, but this is just a quarterback analysis.
Right.
Trey Lance was drafted because he popped off of a screen with no pads on against air, and all of his game film was North Dakota State, in which he looked athletic against a 1AA guys. But Mac Jones, a accurate timing pocket passer that called pro-style plays for an Alabama team that played SEC defenses full of NFL players. One of the best passing years an Alabama quarterback has ever had under Nick Saban. Won the national championship, and the San Francisco 49ers decided, and the fans did first, honestly. Remember when Kyle Shanahan came out and said,
I was not the fan who was on the Trey Lance train. I was not on that train.
But remember when Shanahan came out and said that Mac Jones, he loved Mac Jones and he might take him third or whatever?
They slaughtered him.
Slaughtered him.
Slaughtered him. I'm going to be honest, I wasn't on the train.
Killed the coach in front of everyone for having the right opinion.
I thought, to be honest, Mac Jones benefited from the weapons that he had around him. How many weapons does he have
on that New England Patriots team that he took to the playoffs?
10 wins? Who they have? No one.
No, bro. I'm telling you, Josh doesn't see it, and I don't understand. I do not understand. I've been telling you, Mac and Cheese is that guy, man.
coming out of the draft, I was like,
Mac and cheese.
something doesn't
You know
sit
what?
right about
You
something
know what
doesn't
Mac
sit right
Jones
about it.
doesn't do?
He
You know what
played. I was like, all right, yeah, I would have actually wanted to have him over the wait and see what we have now.
Lies. Because I guarantee if I told you then Trey Lance, Mac Jones, who you want, you're like, oh, the ceiling's too short on Mac Jones. He's never going to be the
If you
type of
would have
elite quarterback, right? I
if
mean,
you would have
that's what
given
the
me
conversation.
no, I swear to God, if you would have given me the choice of just Mac Jones or Trey Lance, I would have gone with Mac Jones.
All right, let's go
Because there
worse.
was not
Mac
enough
Jones,
proven.
Mac
I feel
Jones,
like
or
you'd have said
Fields.
Jimmy G.
Mac
I
Jones
was like,
or Fields.
Mac Jones or Fields at that time, the way I looked at what I was thinking for the team, I still would have taken Fields.
What about right now?
Right now, I mean, shit, we'll have to see what Justin Fields does with. I mean,
Nothing.
he's not in a great situation. He's one of those
Of
situations
course.
where he's a great player, great athlete. Bears kind of suck.
Great
So it's
athlete.
kind of like,
Great athlete. How?
I mean, have you not seen what he's done
Now
with his legs?
this is what happens. This is what happens to quarterbacks when they are able to run. Right. We term them as these. We say he's a great athlete, and then we allow them to have the highlight play where they run or they make the ESPN highlight more important than the check down on 3rd and 6 where you throw the arrow route to the fullback and get the first down instead of testing it downfield on the corner route that's double covered, right? So that's what's more important in the NFL for a player to make. The 65-yard amazing touchdown run that Lamar Jackson can, or when it matters on 3rd and 6, you make the right decision so that your offense moves the ball.
I mean,
who's going to make that right? Who's going to make that right decision if you're asking a young quarterback, the guy, the national champ at Alabama that ran a relatively pro-style spread offense there, or Fields who ran a relatively option style spread offense at Ohio State that has very rarely ever had to make a third read that relies on his athleticism when the play breaks down because you don't have to look at your backside route when you can run 65 yards. And that athleticism has become a curse for a lot of those guys. And guys like Russell Wilson might be able to, if they really wanted to. Kyler Murray might be able, if they really wanted to, control the game on the ground as a quarterback. But both of those guys have played their entire careers, especially Kyler Murray, who probably is a better runner than almost every other quarterback in the league except for Lamar. He's a better runner than Josh Allen.
I'll give him that. No, yeah, I'll give you that.
And I'm not 100% sure. You look at the stats, Josh Allen has more designed quarterback run plays because the Arizona Cardinals want nothing to do with turning Kyler Murray into Cam Newton.
Right. It's the point of being able to use your legs to extend the play.
And then work into the bad habit that because you can do this against an inferior defense, when the Ravens play a top-notch NFL defense in the playoffs that has guys that and a scheme and a defensive coordinator that can stop the run, and he has to win from the pocket, we blame his receivers and we switch them out for first-round draft picks every year, and somehow they're still bad.
Oh, but that kind of leaves out the whole potential part of it then at that point.
Aaron Rodgers can extend a play from the pocket, can he not?
Right.
In the regular season.
When Aaron Rodgers, and by the way, let me just say I hate Aaron Rodgers, but when Aaron Rodgers extends a play, is he ever looking to actually run?
No.
Aaron Rodgers is fast enough to get yardage on the ground, right? I would say so. I've seen it happen. I've seen it when he's accidentally done it, and then he trots out off to the sideline.
That's like a lash if he ever takes off.
So, although Michael Vick was supposed to lead this whole new wave of quarterbacking, it still hasn't happened. Quarterbacks have to win on 3rd down and in the 4th quarter when defenses know you're going to pass, and you can't do that on the ground. You have to throw the ball. And not that the guys that I've mentioned that are runners can't throw the ball. It's just that when you rely on your running ability and you do that against the lower levels of competition, that's muscle memory. Now, when Justin Fields takes off, there's 11 guys on the team that he's facing that are more athletic and faster than him. It's just not going to work. And Chicago, good for them that he dropped to them. There's a reason. And there's a reason that Mac Jones dropped is because most talent evaluators are scared to put in a guy that they say is not going to get that much better because he's slow. What are we asking Mac Jones to do that he can't do at an elite level almost right away? Look like Tom Brady next to Gisele Bunchen? That's probably about it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Man, look.
Good point.
Hey, look, man. Hey,
Trey Lance.
that sound like that was me.
Listen, Trey Lance wears sports bras. I've seen it. I don't know what that is. I'm not comfortable with that, and I don't care about anything to do with, femininity or all that kind of stuff. I'm just talking about straight fashion. What are you doing, bro? Anyway,
I haven't even seen the pictures or anything of wearing a sports bra. I didn't know why.
no, it might have been it might have been last year, and he might have got flack for it. I don't know. Look, if you go into Google right now, fans at home, do it. It's not a good look. And honestly, the whole ceiling thing for a quarterback. When are we giving these kids with potential room to make mistakes and learn? Because as soon as they're not good immediately, Sam Darnold's gone from the Jets. Across the street, what's his name for the Giants is gone, right? We're already talking about Tyrod Taylor taking over Daniel Jones's job. Now, I'm not a Daniel Jones supporter, but he's not the reason the Giants aren't good.
The offensive line problems really there in the Giants.
You talk really bad about my guy Baker Mayfield. Play it.
May he rest in shit.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're the Browns, how dumb do you fucking look after the only guy, Baker Mayfield's, do it again.
May he rest in shit.
That ever won a playoff game for you in what feels like my life. Now, I was born in '87, so they have won other playoff games. But what feels like my adult life or young adult life, one playoff win. And no, fans, if you just came in late, we're not talking about the Cowboys, although that probably still applies for them too. But the Browns, they're one playoff win they get with a quarterback, and they get rid of him because a wide receiver that they already got rid of said that he didn't throw the ball deep to him. Like, why did you get rid of Baker Mayfield just for,
May he rest in shit.
Why did you get rid of Baker Mayfield,
May he rest in shit.
When your plan to replace him, it was who?
Deshaun Watson.
And if someone should rest in shit, right?
No.
May he rest in shit.
Yeah.
So as much as a Texas fan should hate Baker Mayfield,
may he rest in shit.
Baker Mayfield,
may he rest in shit,
is a better quarterback option week 1 for the 2022 NFL season than Deshaun Watson. And that's not a hot take. That's just a fact about Baker Mayfield.
May he rest in shit.
I mean, I've always said, at least with Oklahoma, you have to, when you get to the pros, you have to. The only person from Oklahoma that's ever really earned my respect is Adrian Peterson. That's it. That's the only one that has ever crossed as like, all right, I'll give him his due. I'll give him his due. He's that guy.
Well,
like,
and for all the great runs and for all the, the great plays, you're going down another path there, because I never knew what a switch was until I learned what a switch was. And I'm pretty sure that I wish I still didn't know what a switch was, because
I do know. I'm sure Kay knows. I'm sure.
Yeah, but I'm from the Northeast. It was just a fucking spoon. You know what I mean? It wasn't like go out and pick a branch, please. It's the Middle Ages, and we live outside, so we don't have anything in the house. Like I don't know, the leg of this chair that I just broke, or this chanclata to some of my Spanish friends, if I even pronounce it right. No, it wasn't a switch. I didn't get my ass beat with a switch. It was a wooden handle metal spoon, and it rattled. The rattler. And my grandmother only threatened; she never actually hit.
We lived in very different households, Corey.
So to the point that the only Oklahoma guy that you respect is not Baker Mayfield.
May he rest in shit.
But Adrian Peterson, who taught me what a switch was on his child. So I don't know if you should press that
Again,
button when we say the name Adrian Peterson, you should.
May he rest in shit.
And when we say the name Deshaun Watson, we
May he rest in shit.
And then if somebody says Baker Mayfield, maybe you just go,
May he rest in shit.
Hey, hold up. If you say Baker Mayfield, you should just go hook 'em horns or something.
no, I still give the Baker
May
Mayfield.
he rest in shit.
Yeah,
Country K, you're not biased. Who wins week 1? Carolina Panthers with your boy Baker Mayfield?
May he rest in shit.
Or Deshaun Watson-less Browns
May he
with
rest in shit.
And now don't do it after this guy. He's actually a great guy. With Jacoby Brissett at quarterback. Actually, a good human being, by the way. Jacoby's
solid. He's a solid quarterback too.
Yeah, and all these other guys we're talking about are pieces of shit. Baker Mayfield is kind of a defensive back, but other than that, that's just kind of like the kid in him. I'm sure by the time he's 30, he'll
shake off of it. I mean, he might turn into Aaron Rodgers.
Defensive tendency. What?
He might turn into Aaron Rodgers. I don't mean ability. I mean personality.
This process is going to humble him.
Oh,
I think it's actually good. Look, he gets out of Cleveland, which if I was in an NFL city, the only one worse I think might be Green Bay. I mean, I love these places, but like even Minnesota, when it's not like negative 700, and you got to walk through like mouse tunnels. Like, what the fuck is that? By the way, even Minnesota's got like a nice city. Like, all right, well, I don't want to start trashing cities. Jeez,
well,
I can't stop, guys. I can't stop.
That's fine.
But no, I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing. I was saying that could be a potential direction he could go. But I'm saying Baker he's going to bounce back from this and do well. I really like Baker.
Think about this though.
Okay.
If we look at the whole team for both teams, like now that now that you got this here with the Panthers, who has a better shot? The Panthers with Baker Mayfield,
May you rest in shit.
Or the Browns with Jacoby Brissett? And I'm thinking, to be honestly, if you really kind of look at it, talent around the two quarterbacks.
Browns are a better squad.
Browns are a way better squad.
Browns have a better offensive line.
And Kay, you just said right now, Jacoby Brissett, he's not bad.
He's better than me.
He's a solid quarterback.
So
I think the Browns win. I'm not gonna sit here and make it seem
so
like
too.
Well, it's honestly the only reason why I say that is because everybody around him is better than the Carolina Panthers, and they've been in the system already. The Browns defense is pretty much together already.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna still play well. The Panthers lost fucking Stephon Gilmore. Like they still got that interior, you know what I mean? The linebackers and stuff like that. I forgot boy's name. Burns. They
didn't fix the offensive line. That's what they did not
at all. They didn't fix the offensive line, so CMC gonna be out by week like 7.
So Baker, who was already having trouble taking over games without a running game,
all right,
with a good offensive line, now goes to a team with a shit offensive line. And not even anywhere near close the amount of talent on their team.
All right.
How about this?
This is really going to be a prove-it year for Baker Mayfield.
Which isn't fair because he already proved that he can win a playoff game with the Cleveland Browns. Let's be honest.
But the talent he had on that team, though.
That's not fair, though. That's not fair because he was there when they was sorry as shit, too.
And
he was there after he was their first overall pick. And they gave up on him because they expected him immediately be the best quarterback in the league. Well, guess what? They didn't have Andy Reid as their coach, so they didn't have the best offense in the league because they didn't have the best person running an offense in the league. And I will warn you guys, although I'm sure you want to get me off as quickly as possible so I don't,
Oh, no, you're a good time, Corey. We're glad you're here.
you hear what just happened? But
Yeah, there's a grinder going on right now.
I think my phone's like about to die, and my two children are horribly stealing the charger situation in my house. So I'm at a crisis right now. But let me just say this, and I want to leave you guys with this note to think about, and we will touch base with this as the year progresses. The Panthers will have much more opportunities because the NFL season is longer, and they are led by Oklahoma Sooner quarterback and Heisman winning trophy winner Baker Mayfield. Who gets more dubs? Oh, we lost Jay. Who has more wins on the season? The University of Texas Longhorns or the Baker Mayfield drop here?
Oh, I love that. I love that.
There you go.
Shannon Sharp has become a demon right now because whatever was just coming out of Country Kids, voice box, whatever he's produced that sound with, was horrifying. And
That might be coming from Corey. I don't know.
It might be my phone. Yep, that's it. I'm done. I'm done.
There you go. There he goes. I think Corey's phone is telling him to stop already. All right. Ladies and gentlemen of the Jaffa Army, that's Corey Hammond.
His phone died on him.
Yep, his phone. That was definitely him.
So did you hear what he said, his proclamation?
I did not hear it because
His
I thought it was my
proclamation-
phone for a second, so I logged off.
I don't necessarily want to call it proclamation. I'll say his scenario, or it was more of a question form. So yeah, it was more of a prediction in the question form. So he was saying Morley, not Morley, but he was saying who would have more wins, the Longhorns or the Baker Mayfield led Carolina Panthers?
Oh, here he is. He's still here.
Oh god.
Sorry guys. That was
Okay.
definitely my phone. I was on 1%. So now we got the charger going. So college football season shorter, which means that a above average or good Texas team will have more wins than a mediocre to below average Carolina Panthers team. That's probably the expectation for both teams. So it's probably a pretty good over under. Who you taking, Texas?
Yep.
Or Carolina Panthers?
Carolina.
And total wins this season.
Nope.
Carolina easy by landslide. It's gonna be like 4
So
games.
Carolina's gonna get 7 wins this year. I don't know. That seems like a lot.
Yeah,
Carolina's
Texas gonna
going
get
to
4
get
wins.
like maybe 5 or 6 maximum.
So that means you guys will win in 1 game?
No, that means we're winning at least 8. At least 8.
I think your coach has the Harbaugh thing. Like, as long as he beats like Oklahoma, he probably have a job security. So he can lose every game but Oklahoma.
Well,
And
he won this
one of
season
the
right
best.
now.
We have one of the best running backs in the entire country.
Well, he won this season regardless because he recruited Arch Manning. So they can go 0-12 and they still have, apparently the chosen one. So we'll see. And I will root for the kid because I hope he does well. But imagine the amount of pressure. Your name is Arch Manning. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that
like,
enough.
Great. You're going to go to Texas where they've proven to be able to, overcome hype and past, and past dynasties and expectations and everything. That seemed like a good selection to go to.
Yeah,
Man.
of course.
Hey, Peyton,
Helping
who's your
us
favorite
out.
player?
I love Texas. I
dad.
root for Texas, by the way.
Look,
Well, the thing is that the thing that is the guys who the talent evaluators say that if it, some guys question if his last name wasn't Manning, would he be a 5-star recruit or a 3 or a 4? Because athletically, blah, blah, blah. But back into our earlier conversation, the fact that he is a Manning means that he has a cerebral access to the next level thought process of a quarterback that very, 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 very few human beings have access to. And whether that's whether that means success on the field or not, You know, the Mannings are now, you know, almost, you know, closer to a decade removed from football than 2 years, 3 years. You know, that's going to be a really big storyline for next year if they force that kid into a starting job at Texas. Jesus. But
Oh,
anyway,
well, I think Ewers still has 2 more years. I think he has this year and he has next year. So I think
yeah,
there's
not at
still that
Texas.
possibility
That
for
transfer portal is going
Arch
to
to
be
come
active.
in. Yeah, that transfer portal is something very vicious. And it's I don't even think it's a signed commit. I think it's a verbal commit.
Yeah,
Um
we'll see. But I
as of
mean,
right now. So that could completely change just because he says, yeah, I'm going to Texas now, does not mean he'll be putting on the hat, you know, come recruitment day. So I mean, yeah, it's all cool. Yeah, we have, you know, Arch Manning, you know, says he's coming to Texas, but
they go
we'll
0
wait and
they
see.
go 0-12. If the Carolina Panthers win more games than them this year, maybe not, right?
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. He might go to Ohio State or Alabama or somewhere else, you know, to actually have a better shot at going for a national title.
He goes
Because
to
if we
Oklahoma,
do
I'm
that,
gonna
it ain't
lose my
happening.
shit.
If he goes to Oklahoma, I'm just not going to watch college football.
Hey,
I'm just
maybe
gonna,
I'll try to recruit him to the A7FL. Nah,
hey.
he's better than that.
Peyton would kill you himself. On
Think
his
so?
Nah, yeah. No one is considering that young man as a hypothetical option for our league yet. We actually reached out to Coop Manning, the older one, but he refused to comment. So on that note, gentlemen, my
Oh
wife has
no.
been patient enough with me, enjoying myself with you guys. If I offended anyone last week with my preemptive strike at college football, I do apologize. But what I will say is that anytime on this show, I'm going to bring it as best I can. And if you guys appreciate me, I appreciate you all back.
Hell yeah, appreciate you, Corey. Ladies and gentlemen of the Jaffa Army, once again, the great Corey Hammond, now the Snow Tribe
You already
quarterback.
know.
We'll see you next week, Corey.
You hear my wife? She's like, "Oh my god, I'm
She's
not
like,
going
oh,
to
shit.
enjoy this."
We got to deal with this shit now. Oh, shit. The great Corey Hammond, ladies and gentlemen, joining us on the show. Always fun to have him on, coming up with good takes, giving very good points, making me second guess my thoughts, which I
and
didn't know that he was
reminding
going
you
to
that
do.
I was right.
Ken's just like, oh, I'm going to sit here and just let him go.
Been saying this shit to this man the entire season. The
My
exact
mind still
points.
hasn't changed. My mind hasn't changed about Baker or anything else like that. Like, no, like that has
I'm
not
talking about the
changed
field shit.
May he rest in
at
shit.
all. But yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a season. Real quick, what you call it? Serena Williams advanced again today in the U.S. Open. As a lot of people know, Serena Williams, this is her last tournament of her career. Once she is done, whether she loses or she wins the whole thing, this will be the last tournament for one of the greatest, if not the greatest athlete to ever come out of the United States, let alone Southern California. Um, will be retiring after the US Open. I like all the pictures and stuff. I said she went from braids to diamonds, like, you know, how her and Venus used to wear the braids and everything, and the beads inside the hair the whole time, and let those go. And now she's playing um with literal diamonds in her hair. I'm sorry, I'm gonna kick my cat's ass right now. This motherfucker just knocked down a. Get out of here. Living the day in the life, guys. Oh, yeah,
Well, I mean,
it's fucking.
congratulations on an amazing career, Serena. I hope you win this.
No, real shit, dude. I really do.
And
She just
and
beat the number two tennis player in the world to advance today.
yeah, nah, she finna go out. She going out with a bang for sure. She finna whoop these
Oh,
girls.
I hope she wins the whole thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really do. That would be, wouldn't that be a story? The very last Grand Slam championship that she competes for, she goes and wins.
Do you not
Like not
understand
only,
how fast ESPN is gonna make this film about her?
bro, not only that. Think about this as well. She's not only doing singles, she's doing the doubles with her sister too
Yeah.
for her last run. So she's got two opportunities to win US Open Grand Slam championships. And
Mhm.
if she does, man,
I'm talking
you,
about the speed of ESPN. Would they make this film about her? Oh my gosh, the
you,
speed!
you talk about the last ride, the last serve.
Oh
Here we
my
go.
goodness.
Here we
My
go.
goodness.
ESPN, hey, we're here. You want to talk? Let's go. The
When the
last
racket
serve, Serena
falls,
Williams. Let's go. A 30 for 30 fucking 3, 4, 5 part series.
all love. Ooh, all love.
There you go.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
That was it's all gold, man. It's gold. All of it. I mean, regardless of what happens, to be honest with you, there's probably gonna be some sort of, last stand documentary for her because again,
Right.
she's one of the most iconic athletes in this country. Like when you say Serena Williams, it doesn't matter what sport or what walk of life you come from, you know who the hell Serena Williams is. So for her, like, damn. And it's also kind of like I've gone my entire life so far from my childhood, early childhood since I was like 6, 7 years old, watching sports and stuff like that in Texas. And then to now being an adult, at 30, what a fucking run. Like a 20 plus year run. She's the only person to ever win um 4 grand slams and a gold medal in both singles and doubles in 1 year. Like she's her accomplishments are second to none. An absolute legend, a fucking goat. Um this last match was a heater. She won the first set, then lost the second set, and gets into the third and final, and she pulls it out, and all the definite farewell tour style video tributes and stuff that they're giving her, bro.
Mhm.
It's well deserved. That's gonna be wild though. Now, like, no more Serena Williams. Talk about an end of an era.
Seriously.
That shit is nuts to really think about it. It's like you really got to cherish and really kind of see the moments of greatness that we have. That I mean, bro, today was the first time I've literally ever watched tennis with any sort of interest. So, like, this is the first time I've actually watched it. You go, come on, because it's like, yeah, I may not watch the sport, but
Mhm.
you respect greatness. You respect who the greats are in their sport.
Most
And
definitely.
again, Serena Williams, again, of all athletes, you know, she's she's up there on the Mount Rushmore. She's got to be top 4 athletes, male or women, or male or female. Oh,
Yeah, she for sure up there. Ain't no,
absolutely.
yeah, she for sure up there.
I don't even think it's a question for anybody, to be honest with you. Yeah, so I mean, hey, again, congrats to Serena Williams for an absolutely unbelievable storied career. Um, if tennis has a Hall of Fame, she might be placed in it, right when the tournament's over. If there's a wait period, they might waive the wait period. She's going to be in the Hall of Fame, Walk of Fame, whatever type of fame, ESPN Hall of Fame. she's gonna be absolutely goated when she gets out of this whole thing, and it couldn't have happened to a more better person, to be honest, because Serena Williams, she's done so much for, not just the game of tennis, but for women and black women everywhere. Um, you know, somebody to look up to and really inspire to be. So, I mean, again, to the GOAT, Serena Williams, our hats off to you. It'll be a sad day to watch you go, but it was amazing to be able to see the highlights. So there's that. Tyreek Hill
Oh
comes
my
out and
God.
says the Chiefs threw me aside like I was trash or something. And Kay, off air, because we talk a lot off air. When I sent this to him earlier today, it was he
Say what?
you pretty much just, what the hell are you talking about? So Kay, can you please explain to the beautiful people um why you think Tyreek Hill is bullshit?
So, firstly, I looked at this exactly how my background is clearly stating. And I definitely, so for the fans that can't see this, I stared at that motherfuckerly.
Oh
And
shit.
after staring at it motherfuckerly, I completely agreed with the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, hey, my guy, without your speed, if you were a regular speed guy, you would definitely be trying to find the job right now. So the fact that you're so fucking fast is what's keeping you relevant. Because you
Damn.
only have 3 routes, my guy. You have 3 routes. You run the motherfuckers to perfection, but you got 3 routes. That's it. The Dolphins trading you for 5 picks is on par with what the Dolphins fucking do. So all of them picks they had that they sat there and they acquired and doing all of them smart plays, trading all them players, y'all traded them all for Tyreek. You traded your whole future for one player that's approaching into his 30s. Like what, mid 30s? Tyreek 30 already, right?
I think he's like 26, 27.
He's that young. Okay, cool. Tyreek Hill. Shit.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill, he's got another big contract.
He is 28. So yeah, he's approaching 30. So my thing is, bro, you got 2 good years with him, right? So that's 2 first round picks. You traded 3 first rounders in 2 seconds. So you traded 2 potential solid players or bust, however you look at it, to the Kansas City Chiefs that has Pat Mahomes that's going to be there for all of those years for all 5 of those fucking picks. So you really helped the fucking Chiefs way more than they fucking helped. Y'all throw his ass over there too for 5 fucking picks. You can have him. He got 3 routes and he fast as shit. Granted, you got Waddle, so y'all going to have a fucking dual
As to
threat.
say, you don't really have a quarterback that could utilize that speed.
I mean, I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna say Tua gonna definitely take a step forward from what people saying. So I think he gonna be solid. They're gonna wow you and stuff, but they ain't gonna win no fucking playoff games. That's for damn sure. Because
Tua's gonna have to let that bit go hella early.
I feel that, but Tyreek ain't proved to me since the Super Bowl that you able to be this guy. Since the Super Bowl, bro, you had a very shit season with the Chiefs. Y'all managed to turn that shit out, but y'all started terrible. Y'all started terrible. You finished the season out before that terrible. You know what I'm saying? But y'all grinded it out and y'all actually went to the playoffs and y'all, you know what I'm saying, you did pretty solid. You know what I mean? And honestly, I think that was coaching, but whatever. I think that was Andy Reid and them really kind of like, all right, y'all niggas, like, y'all motherfuckers is tripping. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's get this shit together. You know what I mean? because y'all, I still remember Tyreek getting hit in the face multiple times with the football, like in the face mask, multiple times in the biggest game of your fucking career. You could have been back-to-back champions if you beat the Bucks. And you got hit in the face mask multiple times. Pat running for his life and hit you in the face mask multiple times. You ain't proved to me that shit is a fluke. So I don't know what the hell going on. Like, personally, like, I don't know where is he drawing this up. That's why I said it's like the instant goddamn fame that he got, he don't lost his goddamn mind. Because, buddy, you fast. But once you get past being fast, what are you? You damn near a utility weapon. Like, you're a Swiss Army knife, yeah. But that's about it. That Swiss Army knife gonna get rusty after a while.
Is this one of those cases that he's letting his ego get a little too inflated?
Yes. Yes. And he in Miami, he in the lights and glamour of Miami. Oh man, he finna lose his fucking mind. He finna lose his fucking mind because they're gonna do well in the regular season. They're gonna do well in the regular season, and then next thing you know, this motherfucker gonna lose his goddamn mind. He down there playing South Beach, all that shit, the sun, beautiful fucking shit, paradise. Like, come on, man. That man gonna lose his mind. But they gonna have another Aaron Rodgers season, just like Aaron Rodgers, and not do shit in the playoffs. And then Dolphins fans gonna be kind of upset that they lost, but they're gonna be like, shit, we made the playoffs. We, you know what I'm saying? We got that far. Let's make us take a step forward. But they ain't gonna never take a step forward because Tyreek ain't gonna be that guy. I'm telling you, he only got but 3 routes, bro. He got 3 routes, and they all utilize his speed. That's it.
But I mean,
he beats players because they scared of him.
They're scared to get beat.
That's it. But when you get players that don't give a fuck about that, you see what real Tyreek is. Because if that was the case, like when you played the Bucks in the Super Bowl, them boys weren't playing you scared at all. None of them DBs played you scared at once. So Pat Moore running for his life, you supposed to be this guy. How you get hit in face mask? That's my team, and I know I'm talking like that because that's my team to some people, but I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Winfield locked him the fuck up,
bro.
That whole game.
Bro, it was a master lock goddamn plan across that whole defensive fucking goddamn Sky team. They was not playing with Tyreek, bro. Yeah. None of them. Just like fucking Travis Killer Trav got clamped up by fucking Vontae. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a real thing. So Pat really had to run for his life. And that's why I feel like the 49ers is built just like the damn Chiefs, except y'all got a better running attack and a better offensive line. But y'all really only got one receiver and a tight end. Because I don't trust not damn one of y'all receivers after fucking Deebo Samuel. Not now. And I'm trying to tell you, ain't now one of them prove shit yet. So when motherfuckers be like, they trying to praise the Niners and they talk about these receivers, I'm like, you must be talking about when they was in college. Because you're not talking about in the fucking NFL.
I get the same thing. You know, I'm getting things that Ayuk has actually, you know, gotten a lot better from the regression from last year.
Oh my God.
They, you know, his quote unquote chemistry with Trey Lance is up there. So
I hope that it helps his ability to get open.
I'm just saying that there's hope that he'll actually be good enough to be the receiver that they hope to, like, essentially being Deebo 2.0.
If he don't do shit this year, he'll bust.
You know, so again, that's what they're hoping he is. Again, you and I have talked about it plenty of times on the show. We don't really pay attention to preseason all that much. Preseason doesn't necessarily mean shit.
And the 49ers DB's ass. So it's like you can't take training camp or practice into consideration.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, all the stuff right now, like all the news and all that stuff that's out there, that's all just blowing smoke up the ass. Like that's all it is doing. It's overhyping, overreacting. That's all it is. oh man, this guy, he threw for 150, he threw for 200 yards in a preseason game. Ain't nobody give a fuck about a preseason game. He threw against the threes. Ain't nobody give a shit about the threes. They're getting cut tomorrow. Nobody cares. So it's like the preseason, it's like, all right, well, we got the 53-man roster, and we're about to start week 1. Whatever happens week 1 will set the tone for the rest of the season. All that shit that anybody was talking in the preseason or whatever, it's either going to be, oh shit, we were wrong, or oh, see, we told you. Like,
Nah, I can't say week one.
That's all they're going to do. But that's what they do. That's what I'm saying. They put out these outlandish shit that, and most people don't even admit that they're wrong, to be honest. All the talking heads will find some, like Skip Bayless, all that shit. They barely ever fucking go, oh, no, you were right. You're right. So it's like, even then, I'm just saying, people don't buy into the hype too much. It's okay to be a little pessimistic somehow. That way you don't look so stupid when you're making your arguments about what team is good. Making yourself look like an idiotic fucking Cowboy fan saying, we're going for another Super Bowl this year. Like, no, that's it. It's every year you say that. Every year you don't. So don't be a delusional fan. Be a realistic fan. Let's see. What else do we got here? Whole fucking college football lineup. Let's see.
Yeah, we did that with Corey.
Yeah, we did that with Corey. I'm waiting for the ticker thing to go by. Too many fucking games. Let's see. Oh, I was actually watching the WNBA playoffs right now.
Hey, them girls doing it for Brittany. Them girls in Phoenix is doing it for Brittany.
I don't think they played today. The ones that I saw were Connecticut and Chicago.
Okay. Chicago Sky, yeah. Candace had another 20. She had a 20 point playoff game.
And then right now the Storm and the Aces.
Aces, yeah.
And that's a close game right now. That one they're going back and forth. So I'm looking at this one going like, oh shit, this is actually, if you guys have seen me throughout the show looking at the TV, it's because, these games are getting pretty damn good. Well, let's see. So Jason Peters is getting a look in Dallas.
Okay.
I don't know if that means much considering he's kind of at the end of his career and he's been hurt. But again, the Dallas Cowboys are desperate at the offensive line right now. Do you think Jason Peters makes any difference on that team?
No.
No.
Doesn't move the needle at all. I'm gonna be honest. The Cowboys is gonna be a laughing stock of themselves. Do you understand how fast they're about to fucking dismantle this team? They finna fucking strip this motherfucker bare. Tony Pollard gonna be the back going forward. Bro, they gonna try to figure out a way to get rid of Dak of either next year or the year after. They getting rid of Dak. If he don't fucking do shit this year and they don't win a playoff game or nothing, my man Dak finna
so too.
fuck up out of there, bro. And they gonna get a sucker. They gonna get a sucker to get him. I promise you that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely they will.
They gonna get a sucker to get him. And I hope that sucker isn't in Tampa because I know Tom gone after this year. So I might be wrong about that. I might be wrong about that. Just depending on how the season go. But he might be like, man, fuck that. I'm gone. We win the bowl. He might, man, shit. I'm fuck with y'all. You know what I'm saying? But that'd be 9. Shit, he might well go and get that 10, hit a 3-peat one time on the back door. Do it again like when you was a youngster. Get you a 3 up out of there, 3 and go. Turn fucking Tampa to a dynasty. And then we be up out of there. 4 rings. Brandon came and won 3. That shit'd be crazy. That shit'd be fucking crazy. They would literally have fucking Tampa Bay shirts in the dollar store. Like, that's how fucking big that shit'll blow up. That shit'll be everywhere. Walmart, the dollar store, it fucking the goddamn local gas station for sure gonna have them. They probably have them before the Walmart and the goddamn dollar store. Like, come on, man. They probably got them bitches right now. Shit, I'm probably underselling my doggone state. Them boys be hustling. They have that shit together quick. They can have that shit together quick. So,
Shit. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you guys know, for tomorrow, San Jose State versus Portland State, first game of the year for the Spartans. We're very excited this season to be able to cover the team, to be close to the team, being on the sidelines and all that stuff, being able to give you guys and show you guys what we're seeing through our views and everything else like that. That way you can have a good conversation with us about it. Tomorrow it's still up in the air whether or not I will be down there, but I'll find out tomorrow morning, and then at that point you will find out whether it's just me and Kay, or if it's just Kay. So again, be on the lookout for that. Appreciate San Jose State and Sky and everybody else over there for having us for this season. And we were very excited for that to go down. Fantasy football is once again right around the corner. We got one spot open. We got one more spot open, and the entry day, the last day, will be this coming Saturday, the 3rd. The draft will be on the 5th. Right now registered at 4 p.m. It's Labor Day, so most people are off. Okay, are you off on Monday on Labor Day?
hell no. I work in healthcare, bro. All the 2 days we get off is Christmas and fucking, oh no, but I ain't got that shit off. I gotta work.
Damn. Okay, what time do you get off?
Fucking whenever my last route is. But the thing is, hey, look, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. My job they hit me with the bullshit. I promise you, every fucking day. I would literally leave I get my route in paper form, and before I leave the warehouse, it'll be like 2 to 3 add-ons before I even leave the warehouse, bro. Like, that's how my job is. I get like my route yesterday literally doubled within 3 hours of me leaving the warehouse. Double to the number.
Jeez.
So I cannot call it. Like, today was easy to fuck breezy. So my shit is so inconsistent of what possibly might happen. I don't know. But I know tomorrow I asked my boss to let me stay in the warehouse. I'll clean. I'll do whatever the fuck. And he's like, all right. Because he asked me today because I got there early as shit. And he was like, it's not today, right? I'm like, no, the game's tomorrow. He's like, all right, cool. He's like, I had a route for you. I'm like, all right, yeah.
It's like, no, it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. Oh, okay.
All right, cool,
Don't be
cool.
fucking with me tomorrow, goddammit.
Yeah, no, tomorrow is dedicated to them Spartans in San Jose. We're gonna see what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta come out. As Portland State, them boy, I saw the girls play Portland State back in the day.
In what? Softball?
Well, basketball.
Oh, basketball.
Yeah. I seen men's basketball play. I think they played Portland State too one time. I'm almost certain they lost.
The Portland State Vikings.
Every game I seen of San Jose State men's basketball back in the gap, they lost. I would love to come to a game and they beat somebody ass. Basketball, y'all got to turn up this year because I want to see a game and y'all beat somebody ass, man. Because every game I don't been to San Jose State basketball, whether if it's men's or women's, they lost.
Maybe you're just showing up at the wrong time.
I gotta be. I gotta the fuck be. Because
Or
I need to see a W.
or maybe it's you.
I'm the bad mojo. I probably. I could be the bad mojo because I'm not coming in there as a San Jose State fan. I'm coming there as just
the only way to find out.
A lover of the game and want to just see some college shit.
I feel like the only way to find out is you have to go. So you have to go to like 5 games, right? And then you have to look at if they win it all during those 5 games, then it's not you.
I think
But if
5
they
is
lose all 5 of those games, you may not be able to show up to any San Jose State Spartan basketball games ever again.
Bro, if they lose all 5 of them games and they have a shit year, it's definitely not me. I start first off. Five is steep. 5 is steep because I'm not going to 5 games of a team that's not my favorite.
What
I
if
fuck
the
with
only 5 games that they lost were
and I
games
mean
you
that,
went
and
to?
I mean that as far as because we're not affiliated with them. Football, I'm gonna come to every one of these motherfuckers. We're affiliated with the football team. I love what y'all boys got going on in football because I'm able to see what y'all got going on. So I understand. You
Not
know
to
what I'm
say we
saying?
wouldn't do it for basketball either. We would
I
love to
would
be able
definitely
to.
do it for basketball
Hell yeah.
if the invitation was seen or sent. I'm serious. Fuck, I'm tripping. If it was sent, but at the same time, right now, my feelings toward basketball, y'all lost every game I was seeing. Every single game.
Time to turn it around, Spartans.
Time
That's
to
what we're
turn. I
doing.
will say this though. They had Adrian Oliver, right, years ago. I
Yep.
played this man in the doggone in the tournament, right? Like out in San Jose at James Lick High School. This was like one of my best games outside of high school. Best games, bro. I went crazy, right? They beat our ass by like easily 30 points. But granted, I was on this team because I was like a late addition, and I got on there. It was me and my roommate, which is like one of my really good friends since I've been out here, and his nephew, which is he's a year younger than me. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like he's like a younger nephew and shit like that. This is a grown ass man. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all 3 of us go to this fucking tournament thinking we're gonna get on the team with a bunch of guys because they lost some players because they lost their first game and they thought they weren't gonna win the money. Cool. That happens all the fucking time. So they get late additions because we were working, so we had no intention on playing this shit. So they just asked us like, all right, fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So go to the shit. We're playing with the one of the 2 owners. It's not one of them, the 2 owners. So it's the 3 of us and the 2 owners. These 2 owners are like 60-year-old Filipino cats, bro. No bullshit, Josh. These are 60-year-old Filipino fucking businessmen, bro. We're playing against Adrian Oliver. This motherfucker led the NCAA in scoring that year. And we have the dude Moses, who ended up, I think, for a year or something like that. He played with the Harlem Globetrotters. They had dudes playing overseas on this team. They beat the dog shit out of us, Josh. Yo, but my best play for me, like fucking Corey said, when it's that situation, you go individual. I had 20 plus points. I shot a shitload of threes, and I made I only missed like 2 of them. Right? I went off, bro. Like I was like saying, fuck it. I started having the Hail Mary effect. I'm just gonna shoot these bitches, yo. Because my roommate, he emptied his clip in the first half. He was going off the first half. He was just like, fuck it. This is our situation. We gotta score. For me, I'm thinking, yo, we gotta try to score, but try to drag this out and not kill ourselves because we have 0 subs. It's 5 people total on our team against 12. Like they have a full backup and backups for the backups. And I'm like, bro, we are not in a position to be trying to burn our clip fast. So he burnt his clip fast as shit. Second half, I'll go crazy, but we got our ass whooped. I shot the ball. I hit Adrian in the face. I remember this. I know he won't because he don't play so many games of basketball. And I dedicated to football probably after that next year. You know what I mean? So I really wasn't playing those tournaments and shit like that. So it was pretty much over for me. But no, I hit this man in the face for 3, him and Moses at the same time because I was going off and they like, fuck this. We're not just going to let him keep shooting. And they both closed out on me. I shot that bitch from Curry range and bapped it too. I was in there going crazy, bro. That motherfucker was going on. I was going off. But yeah, that's my claim to basketball. Against Adrian Oliver, against a San Jose State alum.
Yep.
I used to be up there all the time though. When I was going to city, I used to be up there all the time in the hack box.
No, I've only been to one San Jose State basketball game.
Did they win?
And they won. I forgot who they played though. Yeah, I forgot who they played, but they won.
They
So I
played
remember
Stanford's club team.
not Stanford's club team. I think it might have been like San Diego. Not San Diego State, but San Diego.
Yeah. Blue and the light blue and dark blue.
I think they're the Wave or something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember what they were. But Javier went there. That was before you at San Jose City. He was a safety.
But yeah, the teal, teal and light blue and all that. Yeah, they. I think it was them, if I'm not mistaken. I might be completely wrong. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they won that game.
Hey, man.
And then, I mean, I've been to countless San Jose State games, for football. I mean, shit, all the stuff that we're covering for San Jose State. Again, if we can get into the basketball and cover more sports and everything else like that, shit, that'd be great. That'd be awesome if we can do that.
Hey, track too. Hey, shout out to the track team.
Yeah, track would be cool to get into, I think.
Hey, I got a little
Track would be
history
very
in track.
interesting.
I got a little history in track and field, you know. You know what I mean? So
college track and field is always fun to watch, though.
yeah.
I've gone to a Stanford meet one time,
I worked
For
a
track
few
and field.
Stanford meets.
and those were pretty fun.
Hell yeah, it's fun to work them.
I'm sure. Yeah, so
Free food and everything, and you get paid.
Yeah, I mean, again, hopefully we can be able to cover more for San Jose State, but for right now, just being able to cover San Jose State's football team is a pretty good spot for us to be in, to be able to start to kind of get more things going. I've told you guys, very soon, within the next few weeks, hopefully, God willing, this whole thing, from the JAFFOs to Logical Senses, Grenada Bros Productions, it'll all be official. It'll all be under the LLC. It'll all be business up and running, go time. That's what we've been aiming to get this to. So for it to finally be able to kind of come into fruition is, at least for me, it's something that, I'm really excited for that chapter. We're glad that everyone's been who has been with us, either listening or watching, participating in any of the things that we've been giving away or doing, communicating and everything else like that with us. We appreciate you guys from the very beginning. You guys have been with us from the start, and all the partners and stuff like that we had, like before we even became an LLC, they all had pretty much the ability to go, yeah, we'll still run with these guys because we believe in them too, and we appreciate that. So when all of this stuff becomes official, be prepared for a whole lot of shit to start coming, guys. Once that goes, it becomes very serious, especially for me. Um, it becomes something that a lot of time will be invested in, because again, it will be a business. Uh, we'll be doing a lot of things. I mean, hope not too. We want to still be able to keep things organic. We don't want to rush things too much. We don't want to do things that we're not comfortable with doing, or anything else like that. So we just want to keep it to a point where we're still having steady growth, and that we're getting better in what we do, and that we bring better content for you guys, as the years and stuff like that go by. The more we go, we don't want to stay the same. We don't want to stay stagnant. We want to keep getting better. We want to keep growing. From when it comes to visual aids, content, whatever it may be, uh, we need to get up there, and that's what we're going to do. And we need your guys' help to be able to do that, hitting the likes, follow, subscribe, share buttons. It helps with the algorithm to get us out there so more people can be able to see what you guys have already been seeing at the Jaffa Army here for almost 3 years, coming in February now. For all the people who have been with us, either conversating with us or helping us make this become better. We appreciate everyone there. We've got Corey now, who's with us on a weekly basis to talk college football and even more shit. We're trying to get more guests. I want to try and get more weekly guests like Corey on the show for different sports. For boxing, maybe for and the MMA game, and then obviously Sunshine for Formula One, to have him on more often and more consistently. Um, be able to bring you guys once again more content to be able to enjoy, rather than just the typical same old talking heads that you see every week. Same time, same bad channel. But once again, we appreciate you guys for hanging out with us on this Wednesday evening. We will keep you guys updated for the San Jose State game tomorrow, so be with us all day tomorrow for that. Kay, you got anything else before we take off?
As always, make sure you wash your ass.
Yep. Always wash your ass, people. And as Matt Ryan would say, don't be an asshole. For myself, JP, for the 610 Beast, Mr. Country K. We will see you guys next time. All Pro JAFFOs. Deuces.
Aloha.